be counting down the best Bloodborne bosses in a later video, so be sure to be subscribed and stay tuned for that. Welcome to the best Dark Souls barrels. Hey guys, welcome to my favorite 10 bosses that should be in a dating sim. Hello everybody, welcome to the top 10 Dark Souls tables. Really excited about this one. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dark Souls Stones Part 2! Hey everybody, here's 100 bosses from Dark Souls. You didn't think there was 100 bosses? I found them. Hey everybody, welcome to, here's 5 hentais based on Dark Souls that I think you're really going to get a kick out of. Here's 10 Dark Souls sound effects that personally just give me a boner. Here's 10 Twitter accounts that I think might be Bloodborne bosses. Bloodborne bosses! Fuck, what is it? Bloodborne bosses! What's up guys, Indeimaus here. I realize I'm a little late on this one, to the point that this video has become a meme, and even though you're watching it right now, you still don't believe this exists. So I played Bloodborne in 2015 like many other people, and I got up to the final boss, and then I stopped playing. I did not play anything Bloodborne related. I did not talk about Bloodborne from that moment onwards. I just stopped. I didn't have any drive to go back and play the DLC. I didn't have any drive to beat the game. But recently, very recently actually, like a few weeks ago, I played through Bloodborne again. You can see it in my Bloodborne experience video. I highly suggest go checking that bad boy out. And I played through everything, the main game, beat all the bosses, played the DLC, beat all the bosses in the DLC, and it's fresh on my mind now. So we're gonna be counting down. I'm not gonna be counting down. I'm just gonna be talking about my favorite Bloodborne bosses in this video, just to get, mainly at this point, it's just to get this video out of the way. I'm fucking sick of it. Sick of the meme, boys. I'm sick of hearing about it. We're gonna do that. You guys can leave suggestions down below of videos you want to see. I'd be more than happy to make more videos about Bloodborne, but without further ado here, I couldn't cut it down to 5, so there's gonna be like 6 or 7 bosses on here, so if you don't like that, you can go fuck yourself. Let's go! So Father Gascoigne is a remnant left over from my 2015 boss list long before the DLC was ever released, and I don't think I could have a Bloodborne boss list without this bad boy on it. And I actually looked back at that list before playing the game again, and I thought maybe I could cheat my way through this boss list. I had no fucking idea what any of those names meant on that list. I couldn't tell if they were bosses or I just wrote random stuff. Maybe I gave them nicknames. I couldn't tell, so I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work. I actually have to play Bloodborne again. But for me, Gascoigne was the first boss I fought. I somehow missed the cleric beast and fought him afterwards on the bridge. But man, these hunter style fights are some of my favorite in any of the Souls games to date. And it's gonna start becoming really obvious that I'm a fan of them as this video goes on. There's like 18 of them on this list. And what a multi-layered fight this is. Not only do we experience a second phase where he becomes a whore of a beast, there's the easy mode options where you get the music box from the little girl at the window and you can stun him multiple times throughout the fight. And I'm sure like many of you, I never found this the first time. I also never summoned anyone on my first playthrough, so Mr. Gascan was a tough fight for me the first time. Although on my return playthrough, this fight, well, you saw what happened in the Bloodborne experience video. Man, this boss fight really takes a turn for the worse if you got the tiny music box and 2 people. Oh, well, I'm not here for the early game. Fuck it. Martyr Licharius is a big dumb cunt. I'll give him that one for free. But I also really loved his fight. I never found him the first time naturally. I don't look up guides if I'm playing a Souls game for the first time. So finding the invitation and then stumbling across the horse and cart ride to his death castle was way over my head at the time. I hear from a lot of people this will either be an incredibly easy fight or one of the toughest in the game. It only took me 2 tries to get him down. He suffers from the I can get riposted syndrome, and his swings also take about 10 minutes to land, so there's these huge openings to shoot him in the chest and stab him in the dick. He also does a lot of magic bullshit throughout the fight. The swords constantly flying at me from the air kept me on edge and made me think that the fight could be over at any second, but it wasn't frustrating. Just hide behind these pillar things and you're good to go. I like how I'm giving tips how to beat Bloodborne bosses in 2017. You dumb fuck. No one cares anymore. I hate Orphan of Kos more than anything else in the world, except minions. They're literally worse than him. Hey Indeimaus, why do you hate him so much? Well, good sir, let me show you this footage here for a second. God, I've got this. I just need to stay calm. Stay calm! No. You can't even see his health bar. I've never seen a boss this close to death and not die. Let alone the final boss of the whole goddamn game! You know how many tries this took just to get him to a singular health point and then get bloody ram slammed into the ground by a gigantic placenta? Why did I even add him to the list? because this guy got my blood pumping. It's rare that I feel anything at all, let alone the tensity of a boss fight like this. Sure, there's a ton of hard bosses in this series, and some of them are frustratingly so, but I've never felt myself tense up while fighting a boss like this since Ornstein and Smo. Remember when I got him to 1 health and he crushed me? This really keeps me going in the hard times in life. I hate this game, I hate the world and everyone in it. I hate everything. I hate Iron Pineapple. I hate video games in general. I quit video games. I want to talk about movies instead. They're a lot easier. You watch them for 2 hours and then you can make a video on them. That sounds good to me. Bloodborne is a good game. Now personally, my favourite part of Gehrman the First Hunter is how you can accidentally choose an option where he beheads you and thrusts you into New Game Plus. Please tell me I can go back. Please tell me. No! It's New Game Plus! Looks like I'm playing this game again! Thanks for that, Gehrman, you old fucker. But when you get to the actual fight, he's here for almost the exact same reason all the other Hunter-style fights are here. It's a 1v1, Hunter v Hunter, completely down to stamina management, dodging, and overall skill. Except if you win, you actually win, but if he wins, he has to fight you again and again for eternity, until he loses. Imagine that. Next Souls game, here's an idea. If you die to a boss, that boss actually wins and he moves on with his life. That's an awful idea. Another notable thing for me about this fight is his arena covered in flowers. There's a lot of disgusting shit in this game, but man, are there some beautiful locations. Playing through the Ring City actually reminds me of Bloodborne in this aspect. 1 second, you're in a flower-filled field. Next minute, you're in a sewer with a gargantuan pig chasing you. Or in the case of Dark Souls, 18 ugly flying insects looking to pin you with their magical chopsticks. That sounds a lot dirtier than... can we cut that bit out? So if I had to cut one boss from this list, honestly, it'd probably be Vicar Amelia. Vicar Amelia. Shit. But goddamn, her intro cinematic is fucking incredible. I didn't find her boss fight to be that hard. There's just something about the bigger beast bosses where you can just sit right up in their crutch or under their legs and just swing away, and 90% of their attacks will just spaz out and miss. Until I got to Lawrence, where I found out that didn't work. For some reason, the fact that he was on fire really threw me for a loop on that, and I got destroyed the first few times. Honestly, I have nothing else to say about Vicario Amelia. I just like I really like how the cinematic at the start is shot. It's beautiful. It's so good. The shadow and then the blood spraying away. Man, remember in Dark Souls 2, the first boss, the giant? His cinematic sucks so bad.
To Jurassic Park.
But Bloodborne, the cinematics are fantastic. I don't know. I like Dark Souls 2. What am I talking about? Hey Indeimaus, where was the Ludwig the Accursed in your Bloodborne experience video? Well, Jimmy, apparently my Elgato hates me and he just made that footage disappear. But believe me, the first time fighting Ludwig, I was in New Game Plus because of that stupid mistake. No, it's New Game Plus! And I've heard horror stories about Ludwig, so when I entered the fight and got smashed almost instantly, I thought this was the end of my Bloodborne game. There's no way I'm getting through Ludwig. But man, after bringing old hunter Henriette... Oh wait, no, sorry. Microsoft Word doesn't like Henriette. What's it got here? Henrietta or Henryville. Yeah, that's it. Old Hunter Henryville. Thanks, Word. What would I do without you? But as soon as I brought in the NPC, because I'm a little bitch, it made the fight a lot more enjoyable and a lot more bearable. Now, honestly, I don't think I had the levels for New Game Plus at the time either. And I know levels don't really matter, but again, I'm a little bitch. But the highlight for me wasn't the first phase, but when he pulls out the Moonlight Greatsword and stands up on 2 legs. This is when the fight gets real rad. And he isn't a typical beast fight either. He looks like he's transformed more or so into like a horse-like creature than a wolf or whatever the other beasts are turning into. I also really like the fact that once you've beaten him, his head just sits in the arena and you can still talk to him. And if you wear like a piece of the cleric gear, he gives you his holy moonlight sword as well. What a sword. I can't use it, but damn, what a sword. Where would you be without Indeimaus helping you out with getting weapons in this 2015 hit game? Stay tuned for my Dark Souls 2 guide next week. Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower is probably in my top 3 bosses of all time in a From Software game. And no, it has nothing to do with the waifu status, don't even bring that up. But if you missed my fight with her in my previous Bloodborne video, it was a one-shot New Game Plus fight where I had no healing or bullets left over, and I was one hit away from death. I never died to her, but god, this was a close one. This was brutal. Before playing the DLC, I heard a lot of stories about Lady Maria. I never actually saw her fight, but people seem to be big fans of hers. So I trusted you guys and named my character after her with the intention of getting her gear and swords, but little did I know her gear would be a breeze to get, and her weapon was hidden behind these 2 giant shark fucks who constantly crushed me in their stupid little lair. Eventually I just had to bring someone in who died immediately after and then came back and we got me that sweet sword, and luckily I was in New Game Plus as well, so I had another blood rock to use to get it plus 10. I basically have the full Maria fashion souls going on, which doesn't really matter. I don't think I'll be going back to this game for a little while, but I'm glad I got to play through it. I enjoyed the hell out of it after Dark Souls 3 has ended. Having a fresh and highly rated experience like Bloodborne was a good distraction whilst I waited for new stuff. Personally, I still prefer the Souls game. I think Dark Souls 3 is the best Souls game made to date, Dark Souls 1 being my favorite. But that being said, I still have a new appreciation for this game, and it'd certainly be on my favorite games of all time. And I'm glad this video took 2 years. Fuck, 2 years to go back and play Bloodborne and make this video. How disappointing was it? Rate it 1 to 10 on disappointment. Now that this specific meme on this channel is dead, now all we can do is continue recommending awful ideas like Dark Souls barrels and Dark Souls doors. Don't let me down, boys. I don't want to make a serious video again.
Dance to aphrodisiac, women gyrating, simulating sensual